Okay, we are back live here on our big broadcast. We are coast to coast and border to border on iHeartRadio today and AMFM 247.com. Tune in, iTunes, and you can find us each and every day over there at JiggyJaguar.com. I am, of course, Jigman Freud, the master debater, the cunning linguist, and the admiral of alliteration. And we have a great guest joining us today here on our big broadcast. She is tremendous. She is the ex-suicide girl, which, by the way, I'm going to have to get into that whole thing because I still don't quite understand the suicide girls after all these years. But she has been on YouTube's Jubilee, Jerry Springer, Naked News UK. She is fantastic. She is like a gerbil in a batting cage. We have got the great Sheena Rose with us today. Sheena, welcome to the big broadcast. How are you, my friend?
Thank you. I am doing so good. I should have been here last week, but I messed up.
Fine.
I'm sorry, but I'm here this week.
Things happen, and I'll tell you, you are quite the perv magnet. So you know we can wait a week. It's fine, not a big deal. So Sheena, first of all, explain the suicide girls to me. I still don't understand what the hell the suicide girls are and why everybody is so gaga for these people.
It's funny because all these years later, and I still find myself talking about suicide girls because they're still like super popular, even though they're not as popular as they probably were like 15 years ago. They're still pretty popular. But Suicide Girls is basically a website, and like so I haven't been on their website in years, so I don't know if any of this has changed now. Like I kind of heard that Suicide Girls has like kind of opened up their website to more things, so I don't know if any of this has changed. But back when I was a suicide girl, basically, you know, it was just nude photos. You couldn't do a spread eagle or any penetration, not porn. In order to become a suicide girl, you would have to sign up as a hopeful and then put up sets of photos. And then there's been girls who have been hopefuls for years and years and years, but hopefully one day you will be moved to that front page and you will become a suicide girl. And every time you hit the front page, you get $500. And that was what it was like when I was one.
Holy smokes. Okay. Well, I just have always wondered what the process and everything was with the suicide girls. So
yeah, so for me, it was a little bit different. So when I was 20, I moved to Vegas, and I had known about suicide girls since I was like 13. And I always wanted to be one, and funny enough. And so when I moved to Vegas at like 20, I had got, I was on Model Mayhem, and I got contacted by the Suicide Girls like model director, and she told me that they had an in-staff photographer out here in Vegas, and she would love to set up a shoot with me with him. So that's what I did. I got in contact with this in-staff Suicide Girl photographer. We did a shoot, and then the set went live on the site, and literally within a few weeks, I was a suicide girl. I was on the front page.
Wow.
So it was kind of like I don't know, like I don't want to say I was like recruited, but it was almost kind of like that, because had I done it on my own, I don't think I would have been hopeful to suicide girl. Like I was kind of like scouted in a way, and because I worked with that photographer, it like happened.
That's pretty awesome. We have got Sheena Rose with us today. She joins us live here on our big program, and she is fantastic. And Sheena has been doing all sorts of different things. She's up for 2 nominations, Cam Model of the Year and Best Girl Performer in the 2021 Fleshbot Awards.
Yay.
And voting closed, I believe it was last week, or so tell me a little bit about this whole thing, because looking at your Twitter bio is so entertaining. You have up there that you are an award loser or something.
Yeah. You know, I put that on there because almost every girl's bio says award-winning cam model, award-winning porn star. Like every cam model has like an award-winning, and like even if it's an award from like, you know, someone that nobody knows at all. Like it could be an award that like a magazine that nobody even really knows about gave them, but they're like, "Woo, I'm an award winning," which is so great. Like that's an accomplishment. That's awesome. I'm an award loser because I'm not even one of those little awards. Not, like I have been nominated literally every single year for something since I have been in the industry, and I have not won anything. And I always make a joke that like I'm just a filler. Like I'm the girl that they just fill in for the losers.
So, what are your chances, you think, of maybe finally getting something?
Well, for the Fleshbot Awards, I mean, there's a lot of amazing girls that are. I definitely don't think there's any chance in the Girl Performer of the Year. The Cam Model of the Year. I mean, I am a Girl Performer, of course, but like camming, I do that almost every day, every week, 4 to 5 days a week. And so that would be so cool, and everyone that is nominated is amazing. So obviously if I lose, it's like my brand is still protected. It's okay. I'm still an award losing cam girl. It's fine. I kind of don't want to change my profile, honestly. Like I kind of don't want to change it anymore. But hopefully, I don't know. And like, you know, I really, this upcoming year, I really hope to get a nomination from XBiz or AVN. I get nominated for XBiz Cam Awards like every year almost, but the actual like big XBiz award show and the AVN award show, I'm hoping to get nominated for those this upcoming year. And that to me is the win in itself, because there's no way I'd actually win the awards, no matter what category, but like the nomination in those are like the win for me.
That's awesome. We have got Sheena Rose with us today. She joins us live here on our big program, and she is just amazing. She began her adult adventures after she met an AVN photographer who set her up with a Twitter account. And her first gig with Burning Angel. Tell me about all this. That this is pretty cool.
Those were good times, yeah. back in like 2013. I had worked at Walgreens for like a long time, years, like from almost 17 years old until I got into the industry at almost 22. I was almost 22, so I worked there for like a long time, and I remember when I became a suicide girl at like 20, 21-ish, and like sometimes I would tell customers and stuff, and like I was also doing photo shoots, and like I was in tattooed magazines, and like while... Oh, my sound just messed up. That was weird. Okay, but yeah,
that's
so
fine.
while I was
you're good.
Or while I was working at Walgreens, I was shooting on the side, like being in magazines, doing suicide girl stuff and all that, working at conventions, and like sometimes I would tell customers, like, yeah, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. And then they would like look at me and they'd be like, but you work at Walgreens? And it was always super embarrassing to me. And so one day I was just like so tired of being broke. I was so fucking broke for the longest fucking time, and I was so tired of it. And I told my friend Keith Sell, who's also a photographer, I told him like, hey man, like I want to get into porn. I've always wanted to get into porn, and this is the best time ever to do it. Like I need to do it. And he was like, okay, well, I know this guy named Hugh. He's a photographer for AVN. I can set you guys up. Me and Hugh became cool. He set me up with my first photo shoot with Marcus Rivera as well, who like shoots for Brazzers and Digital Playground and stuff. And then he like shot some photos of me, sent them to Joanna, and like literally that weekend I was on a plane to shoot for Burning Angel, and that's when I met Joanna and stuff. And so yeah, he kind of told me the ropes too, because he like, you know, it was always, I never had an agent. I had never had like a signed agent except for now, but in the beginning I didn't. I just had agents who like helped me out. So he helped me out with a couple shoots even though he wasn't an agent. And then I had like a couple other agents that were like here's some shoots. But mainly what I did was I got on Twitter and I followed all of the fucking companies that I liked. I followed all the directors I wanted to work for. If they followed me back, I wrote them and I told them I was available.
That is pretty fantastic how you pulled that off.
Yeah, it was tough though, because being like a skinny natural girl with tattoos, it was like really tough. That's why I ended up just leaving and taking a break and going to cam modeling anyway, because I was just so fucking tired of the rejection. And like at this time, Bonnie Rotten and Christy Mack were just like the fucking highest of them. So every tattooed girl wanted to be them, and it's just like, how come Christy Mack can be this and I can't? Like,
yeah, and that's the thing, is you run into all sorts of issues with people being focused on one or two of the girls, and then everybody else is just screwed, literally and figuratively, basically.
I know. Bonnie Rotten was like my favorite porn star for the longest time too. Like I remember I would tell directors like, I want to be like Bonnie Rotten. I want to be hardcore like her. And then I found my limits and stuff, and that's when I realized like why Bonnie was one of my favorite performers, because like she's just so good. She's such a great performer. She's really insane. She was cool back in the days. I don't know about her anymore. I don't know anything about her anymore. But back then, I really looked up to her and liked her.
We have got Sheena Rose with us today. She joins us live here on our big program via the magic of the old Skype, the old Skype-a-rooney. And Sheena has gained a legion of fans and has switched over, as she mentioned here, to cam model and content creator, and she's focusing on girl, solo, fetish stuff, and she was crowned a NAFTY brand ambassador. Tell me a little bit about this.
I am so stoked on this, honestly. Ever since, honestly, I feel like I'm late to crypto and NFTs, but also I feel like I'm early, because I still don't feel like most of the world is caught on yet, but they will, because of the way Facebook is going with their metaverse and like everything like this, and so they will. But yeah, I am super excited about this because I invest in a little bit of crypto, and I have a little bit of NFTs, but the great thing about NAFTY is, so they have their NAFTY token, which is just, it's a crypto token. And the great thing about it is it's an adult token, and adult performers, we are fucking shunned everywhere.
Yes.
Like even if we're not doing anything, like I could literally come up with a whole NFT line of my dog and then put it somewhere, but the moment they find out who I am, it's gonna be somehow sexual, and I'm gonna be removed from the platform. Like it doesn't, like we are always being removed from platforms, and it's so, like if the site isn't directly made for us, chances are we're not allowed on it. So yeah, it's crazy, like literally. And so NAFTY's great because it's an adult token, and they have naftyart.com. And so that is where adult models, and I encourage every adult model that is listening to this to get involved, because it is such a great way to earn extra money. So naftyart.com, you set up your NFTs, which can be anything. On the 13th, I have a photo shoot with Marcus Rivera, and we're going to do a few sets, and I'm going to choose some, and I'm going to mint them, and I'm going to make them like exclusive special NFTs that people can buy. And they're on the BNB blockchain, but people buy with NAFTY, and then you can like convert it into different crypto. And I've only put up so far like 3 NFTs, and I've sold every one. So it's it's a great way for people who love to support adult models and love art and love to collect NFTs to go over and support your favorite model. And it's also a great way for models to be able to sell their art for crypto, because I don't want to give any like type of investment advice or anything, but crypto is it's the hype right now. So even if you get a whole bunch of NAFTY, and maybe NAFTY doesn't hit 1 cent or $1 or whatever, you can convert hundreds and thousands of your NAFTY coins to BNB, which is, you know, like $500 for one BNB. So it's you can invest them in different crypto and then gain
See,
money.
I've often wondered, why don't some of these websites that are having issues with the billing, why don't they just switch over to crypto?
Honestly, I think that's where it's going.
And just eliminate PayPal and
will.
all these people.
I agree. I totally agree. And I think eventually that's where it's going, and that's where it'll go. And as long as, like, the fucking cards and the banks keep their noses out of what can and cannot be sold, then it's a great way. Like, I honestly think it will. It's just more people need to know more knowledge about it. Because, you know, people are hearing about Bitcoin, and people are hearing about NFTs and hearing about crypto, but a lot of people just don't quite understand it, which makes sense because it's, you know, it's not something that everyone understands. But recently my partner just told me that he was reading an article where banks are encouraging people to start selling NFTs and to get in, because it is, over the past like year or two, it's brought in billions of dollars into people's bank accounts.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It's super cool, and I'm super happy to be with NAFD. I love them, and I think they're great. I like their brand. I like their coin. Like I said, I put up 3 NFTs that really, like, they were just kind of like photos that I had like kind of messed with or whatever, and they went, and I'm super happy about it. Now I cannot wait until my shoot, and I can like put up some like exclusive art made just for NAFD.
That's pretty cool. So you have got all sorts of things going on with the NFTs and these awards. Tell me about this Naked News situation. You're on nakednews.com now. You recently started doing things for Naked News.
Yeah, you know, they're great. I love Naked News, and it's kind of funny because last night I was like adding stuff that my name wasn't associated with on IMDb, and I thought like, oh, you know, Naked News is pretty popular, so I'll just look it up, and like they were there. I was like, wow, Naked News is really popular. Like, they're on IMDb to be able to add, so it's pretty cool. But I like them a lot, and on I did an interview for them, Topless. It was a great time. Everyone should go listen to it. So they were looking for a like a new, what do they call you? Like a host, like a news anchor, I guess.
Yes,
they were looking,
yes.
Yeah, they were looking for someone new, and I wanted to do it so bad, but I had to be in Canada, and I am not in Canada at all, like not even in the slightest.
Yeah. You know, there is that would be fun if you could do the Naked News thing, but if you've got to go to the country of Canada, you're gonna have to
I wish they would just come here, like,
you should just go to Vegas or wherever
here.
you are, and then you can just get there.
Right.
Sheena Rose with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. So, with your tattoos, was that a situation of you got one, and then you got addicted and you had to get more, or what is the situation with the tattoos?
No, I always knew I was gonna be super tatted. I got my first tattoo, I was 16, and it's covered now. Like, I got like this done when I was 16 from here to here, but like it's covered now, so it's completely different. But and then by the time I graduated high school, I had that on my hip, I had the lettering that was across my stomach, and I had this entire half sleeve up done. So I was like the most tatted person in my high school, and I always just knew that I wanted to be tattooed. I wish I didn't start so young and got things, because honestly, if I could go back, I wouldn't have anything on my stomach. I would actually keep my stomach completely plain and do the rest of my body. Like, but the only tattoo I regret is honestly having my stomach done. But since it's there, and it's a big part of my stomach. There's nothing I can really do about it, so I'm just gonna fix it, add on, just create some art. I need to make an appointment this month because he's gonna finish the sleeve. I'm gonna get like XXX right here, and then he's just gonna finish it up, touch up the Freddy, and then after that, I don't know if I'm gonna move on to my chest. I'm gonna cover this and then do my whole chest, or I'm gonna black out parts of the sleeve or my hands. Like, I'm just not sure. I'm gonna cover this too, but I'm gonna be like, you know.
Good Lord.
Eventually. I have some really, really, really good ideas for like my throat to go down into my chest. And I'm kind of sad that I had already got this on my chest. Luckily, it's easy to cover, but I'm just really glad I never like fucked this area up too bad. Because now I'm like 30. And so I'm like, okay. Because I've been fixing a lot. That's why I'm blacking out this whole fucking arm. Because it's like, you know, it's like, damn, I wouldn't have chosen to do this because I got it done between 16 and 19 years old.
So one of the things that I've always wanted to ask people that have tattoos, and I guess I'll ask you, how much money do you think you've spent on tattoos over the years?
Oh, I don't know, thousands and thousands. I don't know. Like, of course, when I was younger, it was a lot cheaper, but over time, and like with each individual, it's been a lot. I mean, I know from what I paid my tattoo artist now, for this cover up and for this arm has already been like a couple grand just for
oh my God.
Like that. And like the arm, I already had this done and the Freddy Krueger. He just did all up in here. So like it's a lot. It's a lot.
Good Lord. Yeah, I've always wondered because just looking at your photos and looking at you now, good Lord, it looks like you've spent a lot of time and money on ink.
Yeah, I grew, like, at first when I was younger, I thought, like, I was into color tattoos and stuff because you're young, you're like, oh, colored. But as I got older, I love dark, black and gray, dark scale, like, looking tattoos. And I just want to keep going, and yeah. And I think that tattoo artists deserve all the monies because it's so hard and they're artists, and like
Yes.
it's just on me forever. Like, there's not very many services you can give someone where they have that for life, like until they fucking die.
Yeah.
Not very many at all, actually. Like, you get your hair done, no. Get your car fixed or whatever, no. Like, your house, like, I don't know, if someone builds you your house, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, how much time do you think you've spent over your time of getting tattoos?
Hours.
Sitting
and hours.
there, why they draw.
When I
and
got
do
this
all
cover up
this.
done, I went back once a year for 3 years before it was done because it was so
Wow.
fucking painful. But each time, this particular spot, each time I had to max out at like 2 hours every time. But like, I remember when I got this done, the tattoo artist had like a deal where if you can sit in the chair for like, I forgot what it was, like 6 to 8 hours, something like that, and just have her tattoo you, then she would give you like a special. And so I was like, oh, I can do that. So I had like 6 hours done on just this, and
Wow.
lots and lots of time. Yeah, my tattoo artist now probably spends about 3 hours on every session. So it's a lot. It's a lot of time. I've gotten my
Holy
chest done
smokes.
twice as well. So it's a lot of time. A lot of time, a lot of money.
So why get the tattoos and then get them covered up? What is
Well,
the deal
mine
behind
were
that?
just because they were done shitty and poorly when I was young. Like, this one on my chest I did when I was like 20, and I remember the guy who did it was like not a tattoo artist. He kind of just bought a gun from like a fucking swap meet or something.
You
And
know?
he just like did it. Yeah, and he did it in my apartment. And then I got it. And then funny thing is, I got it fixed. And the guy that fixed it actually did a good job fixing it. But, like, I no shade to him, but I'm only saying this because he came at me, like, all crazy and, like, tried to be mad at me because I didn't get him any clients for the future because he fixed it for free. But first of all, he wrote me a whole bunch of times, like, wanting to fix it for free. And then, second of all, though, no shade again, but when I posted this, I had to delete so many comments saying his tattoo is like his tattoos are trash, his tattoos are terrible.
Wow.
Like, and you know the funny thing is like he was able to fix this and he was able to do the line work or whatever, but those were what the comments are saying, and so he got mad at me because I couldn't get him any clients after he fixed my tattoo for free. But like no one just liked his work. I don't know, like no offense, but that's what it was. But he did mine good, so he like, this is fine. Now it's just going to be covered, period, because I just don't want it.
So what is that process like? Getting it
painful.
Getting it covered, because you've obviously, you know, that they've got to go in and get that
yeah,
literally
it's
covered up.
Extremely painful. It's especially because like especially this one right here is in such a painful spot. But when you get a cover up done, they reopen your scar tissue that had already healed over with the tattoo. And so cover-ups hurt more than the initial tattoo in the beginning. So it sucks. Honestly, I would just tell someone, like, if you don't have any tattoos and you want them, like, make sure you just go to a good artist and make sure you've really thought about it. Because when I was younger, I was just like, tattoo me. Didn't care who did it. I'm glad I didn't do some stupid things. Like, I remember I almost went to, when I was in high school, I almost went to another guy in his garage, and I almost had him do my entire side.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and you know, the fucking stupid thing is that I like just thought in my head, like, oh, a koi fish. And I was like 16, 17. Like, I would never in my life want a koi fish right here now, ever. And like, that would have been something so devastating if I would have done that.
Sheena Rose with us today. She joins us live here on our broadcast. By the way, the dog is fantastic.
She's so cute.
Tell me about the dog.
She's so cute. He just pins. He's so cute.
Just amazing. How long have you had
Penny?
Penny. That's it.
She's so cute. I adopted her from the shelter, I would say 5 years ago. 5 years ago-ish.
That's
and
cool.
She was 6 months when I got her. So she's just a baby.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. We have got Sheena Rose with us today. You can find her on the old Twitter machine, Sheena, or Sheen X Sheen. And also on Instagram as well. You can subscribe monthly or for her lifetime to Fancentro Premium. And also she's got an incredible website. She's got an OnlyFans, StreamMate for her live shows, X videos, and of course her website, SheenaRoseXXX.com. And you can buy clips, all sorts of different things. She's got content.
Very true. There is so many things on the interwebs of me.
You know, what I like about your Pornhub is you've got all sorts of things up there, shot from all sorts of different angles and all sorts of different places. So.
I don't know. It's a lot of the stuff I've been uploading. The Pornhub doesn't do too well for me. You know, like, it's funny because like my X video numbers and everything are fucking great, and I wish that more people went to X videos because it makes me look cooler. But my Pornhub don't really do. My Pornhub don't really do that well and doesn't do as well. But like, I put up a lot of like old ass cam shows and stuff. But a lot of the other people on Pornhub, they just, you know, they like, a lot of people capitalize on Pornhub, so if I shot a video with them, they're throwing it up there now. One thing I do like about Pornhub now, though, is that they removed all the unverified content in recent times because of the MasterCard stuff, and I know a lot of people were upset with that, but like, it was good for me because I had hundreds of pirated porn on Pornhub. Like from working with Brazzers and Evil Angel and Burning Angel and like all of these really big companies. Like I know they're not necessarily my videos, but it still makes it a lot harder to sell my OnlyFans when people are like, why would I buy your OnlyFans when you used to get fucked on camera and now I can't watch you take a dick, but I can on Pornhub. And so it was I'm glad that Pornhub removed all that, because now there's a lot less of like those professional scenes up on there.
Now, I also seen that you've done, and I am fascinated by this evolved fights where they have the porn stars basically wrestle and fight each other.
Yeah, it's a great time.
How do you get involved in this? Do they just get a hold
I don't even know. Like, that's the funny thing about it, is I really don't know. I remember my very first shoot that I had that did that was for what was the kink site that's no longer around.
Oh yeah.
What the hell was it called? Ultimate Fighter. So I remember Ariel used to be the director for Ultimate Fighter on Kink. And it was so weird. Like one day out of the blue, I got a casting email from her for it. And I don't think I ever spoke to Ariel before that. I kind of want to ask her sometimes. Like sometimes when I see her, I kind of want to ask her, but it was so long ago that I don't think she would even remember. But I don't even think I had spoke to her before. So it was like one day I just got a casting email wanting to shoot for Ultimate Fighter, and then my first person that I wrestled was Daisy Ducati. You know, obviously she's a fucking great G. She's amazing. And then that site shut down, and Ariel opened up Evolved Fights, which was like the best thing ever for her because that site is so popular. And so then, yeah, and it happened again. Like one day I just got an email. She was like, it was a casting email. And I was like, yeah, definitely, I'm down. And then it just, yeah, and then Ariel and I like each other. And so she hires me for different shoots like once or twice a year.
Well, I'll tell you, the evolved fight stuff is just amazing. I'm always entertained by it. So there was because I must have missed this. So there was a porn site that was using the name Ultimate Fighter at some point. My God, they're ballsy.
Yeah.
How do you not get sued by Dana and the boys? Like
Ultimate Fighter. My bad. It was Ultimate Surrender.
Ultimate Surrender. Well, still, they're gonna get you on that ultimate part of it.
Maybe that's why they shut down.
Oh, I would almost assume that's why they shut down. I'm sure Dana White saw that ultimate thing and was like, "No, we have that trademarked.
What? We're the ultimate." Yeah, it was called Ultimate Surrender, but yeah, it was.
Wow.
Ariel does so good with her site now, because I tell you, like every single week, I get people who come in my camera, multiple people who come in my camera and telling me they love me on that site. Like, I love you on Evolved. I love watching your wrestling shoots. Like, and then so many people ask me, like, is it real? Like, first of all, like, that kind of stuff you can't really fake. Like, you can fake cat fights, I feel like with the, you know, like, whatever. And you can, yeah, and you can, like, fake, like, WWE type of wrestling, you know? Like, you can fake that type of wrestling. But this is more like, this is more just like wrestling. Like it's like round wrestling, and it's really, you just can't fake it. Like it's competitive. We actually do want to beat the person we're wrestling. Most of us kind of don't have any idea what we're doing, but some do. So
I don't know what we're doing, but it's something to do.
Yeah, some people do, some people don't. Like some people are actually like fucking wrestlers, like they're good, especially some girls. Like some girls are like legit wrestlers, no moves, are good, all that. And then some people just do it like me, kind of. Well, yeah, like me. I did it like my first few scenes. I really did just like go and do it until one time I got way too fucked up and I couldn't move my neck like the whole week. And I was like, no, I need to learn how to like defend myself when I get involved with someone who's like really good. So then my friend Sage taught me like some stuff. So now I'm better, but it was tough.
Wow. So when OnlyFans was gonna kick all the adult performers off, what was your backup plan?
You know what? OnlyFans is great. It's done an amazing job at like, you know, like especially during the pandemic, getting people like their money and stuff like that. It's also opened up a lot of mainstream media to have opinions about online sex work and sex work like that. Like I kind of miss the days when OnlyFans wasn't so fucking big and everyone in the world didn't talk about it. And I never thought I would say that because back in the day, I used to get mad that mainstream hated me for being a porn star, but now it's like OnlyFans. But like, yeah, OnlyFans is cool. It's good. Like, it's good for people and like extra source of income. And I hated that they were going to do that. But I didn't really need a backup plan because even though the money loss would suck and it would kind of be whatever, like my bread and butter, is on platforms that are meant for me. So like webcamming, you know, I don't have to worry about getting kicked off of StreamMate because unless like the banks or whatever stick their nose into some bullshit and then everyone is fucked. But as far as like the adult content and removing porn, I don't ever have to worry about that. ManyVids, I don't have to worry about that. Like OnlyFans, I joined OnlyFans in 2016 when it first opened up. And at that time, it promoted heavily chefs and fitness influencers, and it was never meant for sex workers. It really wasn't. It was not built for sex workers. Sex workers obviously took over the platform, and we made it what it is, and we got it fucking huge, and now that's why everyone is on it. And when you say OnlyFans, like people, their mind turns and they think like sex work. That's what they're thinking of. So, you know, it was never really meant for us, and it sucks. But I kind of always expect something like that from OnlyFans. If, like I said, if StreamMate were to turn around and like something were to happen over there, I'd be completely fucked. I don't even know what I would do, but that's not gonna happen because that site is built for sex workers. And I don't know. I don't always put all my eggs in one basket, even though StreamMate really is like what I need to live. But again, like, I don't know. OnlyFans, again, it just wasn't meant for us.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking as much time as you have today for chatting with us.
Of course.
And but before we let you go, how do we get in touch with you online and get your stuff and support your efforts?
So, the most easiest thing you can do, you can go to xxxsheenarose.com. That's my Linked page, that's my Linktree page, and that has all my links. So you can find my NAFTY NFT link on there. You can find my Pornhub link on there. You can find my StreamMate link on there, my Twitter link on there. Like, just go to xxxsheenarose.com. You'll find every link that you need of mine that I want you to have. That's it. And it's super easy. Instead of just sitting here and giving you a million different things you can find me on, just go there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking as much time as you did with us today, and I would love to have you back on the show at some point. Thanks for doing this.
Absolutely. Sorry I came a week late.
No. You're good. You're good. The fact that you're here is enough. So thank you.
Thank you. I hope you have a great day.
Definitely. You too. Have yourself a wonderful evening, my friend.
Hey, bye.
Thank you, Sheena. There she goes. That is Sheena Rose, and she joins us today here on our big program. We are going to take a brief time out, and when we come back, we have got more coming up on the other side. It is your world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast. Hopefully my music plays. There we are.